Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I am here with you to discuss about the topic the menstrual cycle, which is a very important topic for all medical students and also for them who are pursuing their BSc courses in physiology, biology and also for the higher secondary student. So watch the video till the end to get the important information regarding this topic. So let's start the discussion about the human female menstrual cycle. So reproductive menstrual cycle is a reproductive cycle in the female primates, and it is a cyclic events that take place in a rhythmic fashion during the reproductive period of a woman's life. And it starts at the age of 12 to 15 years, which marks the onset of the puberty. And the commencement of the menstrual cycle is called menarche. And the cycle repeats after an average interval of 28 to 29 days. The menstrual cycle ceases at the age of 45 to 50 years. The permanent cessation of the menstrual cycle in old age, that is called menopause. The next point is the duration of the menstrual cycle. Usually, the duration of the menstrual cycle is about 28 days, but under physiological condition, it may vary between 20 to 40 days. Then, the phases of the menstrual cycle. There is 4 phases in the menstrual cycle. The first is menstrual phase, that is last for 3 to 4 days. The next is follicular phase. The follicular phase starts from the 5th day of the menstrual cycle and continues till the time of ovulation. The next phase is the ovulatory phase that occurs on the 14th day of the menstrual cycle. The last phase is luteal or secretory phase that extends between 15th to 28th day of the cycle. Then we discuss about the changes during menstrual cycle. There is a lot of changes during menstrual cycle. From them, we discuss here about the ovarian changes, the uterine changes, the vaginal changes and the changes in the cervix. All these changes takes place simultaneously. So, beginning with the ovarian changes. Ovarian changes can be divided by 4 phases, that is follicular phase, the ovulatory phase, the luteal phase and the menstrual phase. So beginning with the follicular phase. So the follicular phase is the first phase of the menstrual cycle and it extends from the 5th day of the menstrual cycle until the time of ovulation that occurs in the 14th day of the menstrual cycle. During this phase, ovarian follicle starts developing gradually. So, let's start discussion about the ovarian follicle. Ovarian follicle. These are the glandular structure that present in the cortex of the ovary. And each follicle consists of one ovum surrounded by the granulosa cell. The follicle gradually grow into a matured follicle through the various stages, which are the following. So, they are the primordial follicle, primary follicle, vesicular follicle and the mature Graafian follicle. So, let's start discussion about the primordial follicle. We know at the time of birth, both ovaries contain about 400 million primordial follicles. And each primordial follicle has an ovum which is surrounded by the granulosa cell, and these cells provide nutrition to the ovum during the childhood. And granulosa cell also secrete the oocyte maturation inhibiting factor which keeps the ovum in the immature stage during all the childhood period. And all the ovum present in the ovaries and are formed before birth. And at the onset of the puberty, under the influencing of FSH and LH, that are follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone, the primordial follicles start growing through the various stages. The next is the primary follicle. Primordial follicle becomes primary follicle, and it occurs at birth when the ovum is completely surrounded by the granulosa cell, and during this stage the follicle and the ovum increases in size. The next is the vesicular follicle. Under the influence of the FSH, which is follicle stimulating hormone, about 6 to 12 primary follicles start growing and develops into vesicular follicle. At first, proliferation of granulosa cell occurs, and then follicular cavity or antrum is formed in between the granulosa cell, and the antrum is filled with the liquor folliculi and also increase in size. After that, the ovum is pushed to one side and surrounded by the granulosa cell, which form the germ hill or germ hillock. The cells of the germ hillock form corona radiata. And ovum also increases in size, and a thick membrane is formed around the ovum, that is called zona pellucida. The covering sheath of the follicle, which is known as the follicular sheath or the theca, and the theca is divided into two layers, that is theca interna and theca externa. The outer layer of the theca is theca externa, and the inner layer of the theca is theca interna. The next is the Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle is the mature ovarian follicle with maturing ovum, and in this phase the size of the follicle increases maximum, and the follicular cavity becomes larger and filled with fluid, and ovum also increases in maximum size, and zona pellucida become thick, and corona radiata becomes prominent. On the 14th day of the menstrual cycle, the Graafian follicle is ready for the process of the ovulation. And here we see the picture of the Graafian follicle. This is the Graafian follicle, and this is the secondary oocyte, and the secondary oocyte get covered by a layer, this brown color layer, that is zona pellucida. And this is the granulosa cell, the violet color circle, this is the granulosa cell. And in the granulosa cell we see there is a black dot, this is the cumulus oophoras. And here we see yellow color free space, this is the antrum, this is the antrum. The antrum is filled with fluid or the liquor folliculi, and the antrum is formed due to cell degeneration. And this is the basement membrane which covered the granulosa cell. This is the basement membrane, this dark violet color structure, this is the basement membrane. And this is the covering sheath of the follicle, which is known as theca folliculi, and it has two parts, that is theca externa and theca interna. The outer layer of this theca follicule is known as theca externa, and the inner layer of the theca follicule is known as theca interna. And during the follicular phase, the secretion of the gonadotropin increases. So what are the gonadotropin? Gonadotropin are the FSH and LH. FSH is the follicle stimulating hormone, and LH is the luteinizing hormone, and they help to stimulate the follicular development. That means they stimulate the formation of the follicle and development of the follicle, and they also stimulate the follicle to secrete estrogen by developing follicle. And estrogen is also helps in the development of the follicle. Though the mature Graafian follicle releases the estrogen, so the estrogen level is increases. So there is elevated estrogen level which act as a positive feedback, and it acts on anterior pituitary to secrete LH. That means there is an excessive secretion of the luteinizing hormone. So excessive luteinizing hormone that causes the ruptures of the Graafian follicle and releases the ovum. That means the ovulation occurs. So the estrogen level increases, that means there is increased secretion of the luteinizing hormone, and because the luteinizing hormone is increases, so it causes Graafian follicle to rupture, and that releases the ovum, and then this process is called the ovulation. Then the second phase of the menstrual cycle is the ovulatory phase. So, before starting the discussion about the ovulatory phase, I would like to tell you that what is ovulation. So, what is ovulation? Ovulation, when the mature Graafian follicle ruptures and it releases a mature egg or secondary oocyte, and that is ready for fertilization. This process is called ovulation. And the ovulation occurs in the 14th day of the menstrual cycle in a normal cycle of 28 days. And the ovulation influences by LH, that means it influences by luteinizing hormone. And in the process of ovulation, the Graafian follicle, the mature Graafian follicle releases a secondary oocyte that will convert into a mature ovum if fertilization occurs. And at the time of ovulation, the follicular fluid oozes out and the ovum is expelled out into the abdominal cavity. The third phase of the menstrual cycle is the luteal phase, and it extends between the 15th and the 28th day of the menstrual cycle. And as I told before that in the ovulatory phase, the mature Graafian follicle releases the egg, and during the luteal phase, that egg is taken out to the fallopian tube through the fimbriated end, and where it waits for the fertilization. So, if the sperm enters into the fallopian tube, or rather say infundibulum, within 24 hours, so then fertilization will be completed, because after ovulation the ovum or the secondary oocyte is only visible for about 24 to 48 hours, so it must be fertilized within that time. And if fertilization doesn't occur, ovum degenerates. So on that note, I will be telling you that generally one ovum is released from the ovary during one menstrual cycle. And during the luteal phase, the ruptures Graafian follicle convert into corpus luteum. So hence this phase is called as luteal phase, and it helps to prepare the uterus for implantation. Here is the picture where we see the ovarian follicles develops gradually, and this is the primordial follicle. This small follicle is the small yellow colored follicle is the primordial follicle. We know at the time of birth, or at the time of birth or in the intrauterine life of a female embryo, there is already formed primordial follicle, and at the time of birth, the primordial follicle converts into primary follicle. And at the onset of puberty, the primary follicle starts growing through various stages by the influence of follicle stimulating hormone and the luteinizing hormone. So this is the primary follicle, the growing follicle. This is the primary follicle, and that is covered by granulosa cell. And in the primary follicle, there is an ovum, and at the onset of puberty, the primary follicle becomes vesicular follicle gradually. Here we see this is the vesicular follicle, and also we see that the in this follicle the cavity has already formed, and after that the cavity becomes larger, and that is called antrum, and antrum is filled with fluid. And this is the picture where we see the antrum is become maximum in size, and that's why the follicle is called as antral follicle. And after that, the antral follicle convert into Graafian follicle, and then the antral follicle becomes convert into Graafian follicle. In the Graafian follicle, the follicular cavity becomes larger, and it filled with fluid, and the ovum increases in maximum size, and that time the Graafian follicle is ruptured, and it releases the secondary oocyte or the ovum. And the release of the ovum is called ovulation. Here we see the ovulation takes place. This is the egg. and the ovulation occurs at the 14th day of the menstrual cycle. And after ovulation, the Graafian follicle convert into an empty follicle, and then it becomes convert into corpus luteum, which is a yellow colored temporary endocrine gland. And this is the corpus luteum. And there is an important thing, that is the corpus luteum help to prepare the uterus or the uterine cavity for implantation if there is pregnancy, if there is chances of pregnancy. And if there is no chances of pregnancy, then the corpus luteum degenerates and flow out through the menstruation. I have already told you that corpus luteum is a glandular yellow body, and it acts as a temporary endocrine gland that secrete the large quantity of progesterone, and also small amount of estrogen. And the luteinizing hormone influences the secretion of these two hormones. And on that note, I will be telling you that the release of estrogen and progesterone inhibits the release of the FSH and LH. That means it has a feedback control mechanism, and it prevents the formation of the new follicles if there is pregnancy. Last phase of the menstrual cycle is the menstrual phase or the bleeding phase. This is the period of the menstruation when the menstrual flow occurs through the vagina, and it starts on the 28th day of the menstrual cycle and lasts for 3 to 4 days. And due to lack of corpus luteum, there is secretion of progesterone, and estrogen ceases, and that's why the menstrual flow occurs, or the menstrual flow starts. That means the menstruation occurs after the 14th day of the ovulation. And due to lack of corpus luteum, the secretion of progesterone and estrogen ceases, and that's why the menstrual flow starts. And the lack of ovulation might be indicate pregnancy. So if the ovum is not fertilized, so that means there is no menstruation, and there was no ovulation, and that might be indicate pregnancy. During menstrual phase, about 30 to 50 ml of blood releases per menstrual cycle. And blood releases through the vagina is always in the liquid form, because there is fibrinolytic enzyme which dissolves the clot in the uterus. That's why blood always releases from the vagina in liquid form. And on that note, if clotted blood is released sometimes from the vagina, there might be some hormonal or enzymatical problem. So this was all about the ovarian changes in the menstrual cycle. And in the next video of the menstrual cycle, I will be discuss to you that the other changes of the menstruation or the menstrual cycle. And hope you guys enjoyed learning. Thank you and good luck.